कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Dasharatha, despite his repeated pleas, falling at the feet of Kaikeyi, asking her to reverse her boon or decision to send Rama to the forest, these requests fell on deaf ears. Kaikeyi refused to budge. That is when he says, in case, just in case your son Bharata agrees to the boon that you have sought and happily rules Ayodhya, he shall not be entitled to perform my final rites. He cannot take part in that particular ceremony where my body, my Panchabhautika Shariram shall be laid to rest, shall be burnt, shall be cremated. He shall not partake in those rites. He prayed, of course, that the sun should not rise. Who's going to listen? The sun is going to rise, the sun is going to set. As the sun rose, Dasharatha refused to take the regular adulations, obeisances that the bards have to pay to him. He heard Kaikeyi state, my dear king, truth is what that sustains this world. Truth is what you and I have to adhere to. No, the truth is the highest virtue. Satye navapyate param, there is nothing greater than truth. She was reminding the king, a gentle reminder to the king, keep up your promise. That is when Vasishtha was arranging for all those events that were to happen that day, which was majorly the coronation, the Pattabhishekam. Vasishtha was not aware of what was happening in the Antahpuram of Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi then summons Sumantra, the charioteer, to Dasharatha as well as a minister. When Sumantra arrives and waits for the command of the king, Dasharatha, Kaikeyi says he is unable to speak in the last few hours. There is some problem that's choking his throat. So Sumantra, the king says, bring Rama at once here. Tadgachatvaridam Suda Rajaputram Yashasvinam Ramamanaya Bhadram Te Natra Karya Vicharana. Bring Rama at once. This is what King Dasharatha wants to tell. Sumantra says, Mata Kaikeyi, I can always listen to your command, but as per the rules laid in our Ayodhya constitution, I have to listen to what the king says. Let the king say. The king, unable to even face Sumantra, says, Sumantra Ramam Drakshyami Shigramanaya Sundaram. Shigramanaya Sundaram. Get that handsome Rama at once. Sumantra. Now Sumantra says, yes, I've got the confirmation from the king. I shall now go. Dasharatha, as Sumantra leaves the Antahpuram, he looks at Kaikeyi and says, Yaste mantra krita panir agnau pape maya kridaha santyajami swaja chaiva tava putram sahatvaya yaste mantra krita panir. When the priests were reciting mantras from the Vedas, yaste mantra krita panir agnau pape maya dhritaha, agnau pape maya dhritaha, agnau pape maya dhritaha, as I was holding your palm in the presence of Agni while the mantras were being recited by the priests, I would like to reverse that particular ritual, which means I don't consider you as my wife or companion from now on. Yaste mantra krita panir agnau pape maya dhritaha. Some neo-research scholars feel that this could be the divorce of those days. I don't know whether we can go to the extent of calling this a divorce, but there was a huge difference of opinion between the husband and the wife, and the husband did say that I disown you as my wife. So this is true. Whether it is divorce or not is not something that I can decide. Santyajami swajachaiva tava putram sahatvayasi. This is the fallout of hero worship. In Bharata Desha, somehow, right from the entertainment industry till the political world, we are all somehow used to this concept of hero worship. If there is some actor whom we like, we will venerate that person so much. We will deify him. We will call him the Kali Yuga Narayana. You must have seen the first day, first show posters of so many lead actors in our country. Huge cutouts, maybe 50-60 feet cutouts. They will be doing abhishekam to those cutouts. They will be hanging so many large flower garlands to those cutouts. The hero will be seated in his house, happily making money. This poor man who does not have the source of income for the next day will end up spending all the money he has earned the entire week in this one show. Slowly this hero who has been deified will understand that he has a huge clout around him and will slowly start making relevant and irrelevant statements and slowly enter into the political world. And we, as Indians, we are used to seeing our heroes performing all extraordinary supernatural acts. We will believe that that person can do wonderful change in the country also, and will make the person a leader because he has acted well. Look at the irony. Acting is a skill. He has done a good job as an actor, that's all. But we will go to the extent of deifying him. And this is true in the entertainment world and in the political world. In the entrepreneurial world, in the teaching world, you don't see as much. Of course, in the religious space, you also see certain people who in the guise of acharyas may perform certain miracles and will also create their own clout. This disease has not affected the religious world. It has affected, but entertainment and the political world are the first, followed by the religious world. Is this healthy? Absolutely not. Just because we are an ancient civilization, it doesn't mean we have to carry the baggage of our past. These are things that we can learn from the Western world. They too make very good movies. There are excellent filmmakers in the Hollywood industry. There are exemplary actors in the Hollywood industry. Do they get deified like this? Do they have cutouts where milk is spent on them? So we have to learn from the Western world how to treat as an actor as a professional. See, this hero worship has a huge fallout. The fallout is, the moment you see some person as the hero, more than we admiring his qualities, we will also start admiring the doshas in that person. Suppose that person is smoking and he does it in a style. Immediately 100 people will say, see, my hero is smoking, so smoking is good. So smoking, which is a bad habit, will become a virtue. And we are the people who will say that we have to be rational, we will have to be scientific. Which science says smoking is good? Which rationality supports smoking? On that smoking box also it will be mentioned smoking causes cancer. But why is the follower smoking? Because the hero does it in style, right? So we slowly start admiring and imbibing the doshas in the hero as well. What is the fallout of that? Suppose there is another actor, I'm talking about the entertainment industry, an actor with no political backing, with no family backing, very good acting. That person's movies will not run. You know why? Because he is not doing all these kinds of acts. He is doing his acting job very well. Because if you act very well, then you will not be called a mass hero. Or only if you perform acts which are supernatural and extraordinary, Bharatiya Rasikas will like it. So slowly good talent starts fading away. This is the fallout of hero worship. Same is the case with the political world. You will say his father, grandfather, grandmother, they were all so great, so he has to be great. There is no necessity for a person to be great because his grandfather or grandmother was great. You should see what that person has done for their constituency, whether they are able to resolve the issues of the people in that constituency. This is all we have to see. So this is the fallout of hero worship. And hero worship has been there in Bharata Desha. Why? Please listen to this carefully. Rama was of course to be venerated, great with qualities. But it doesn't mean Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna were bereft of qualities and they didn't have good habits. They were in fact bhaktas of Rama. Our acharyas say Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna are greater than Rama. So in such a scenario, see, when Dasharatha, he had a valid reason to oppose Kaikeyi because she did not have any valid reason to send Rama to the forest. She didn't even substantiate or justify what she had asked. So Dasharatha had all the rights to oppose his wife's decision, to fight her tooth and nail, to even have an altercation with her. But what did he do along with that? He says, Santyajami svajaschaiva tava putram sahatvaya. I disown you as my wife as much as I disown Bharata as my son. See, Bharata is not present in that scene. He doesn't even know what all was happening in Ayodhya. How can you drag your own son without knowing him when he is not involved into the fight and disown him? Why? Because Dasharatha loved Rama so much so that it completely blinded him from his other sons. This is the fallout of hero worship. If he has disowned Kaikeyi, it is fine. But how could he disown Bharata? Did Bharata ask for the kingdom? Did he even hint at asking for the kingdom? Did he even say that Rama should go to the forest? How could Dasharatha put the blame on Bharata? Well, see, no society is perfect, whether it is the past, present or future. So, this also was an imperfect society where the blame was thrown on Bharata. Now, while Sumantra understood from the king that Rama was summoned to Dasharatha's Antahpuram, he goes to the Raja Mahalam. See, there was a separate palace. It was a joint family, but living separately. Does it seem like an oxymoron? Yes, because there was a separate palace for Rama and Sita. So Sumantra goes there. There he sees the royal elephant called Shatrunjaya waiting outside. Because that was the way fixed for Rama Pattabhishekam. So the outside world did not know of this Dasharatha Kaikeyi conversation. So people were all extremely happy. All arrangements were in full swing. Event managers had come and done all the decoration. Ramopavahyam ruchiram dadarsha shatrunjayam ramamudagrakayam. Shatrunjayam drishyam. He was able to see the elephant Shatrunjaya. Sumantra now conveyed to Rama. Kausalya supraja Rama pita tvam drashtumichati mahishyapi hi kaikeya gamyatam tatra mam chiram. Go fast. Don't delay. Your father wants to see you. Hey Rama, the obedient son of Kaushalya, Kaushalya Supraja Rama, Pita tvam drashtumichhati. He wants to see you. Don't delay. Go fast. Now Rama listens to Sumantra and he nods his head positively. But what did he do after that? There is something which is very, very revealing of his Paramatma Tattvam. Let's see that in the next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.